So yesterday we were covering on some aspects of the mindfulness. That the mindfulness, as you can check for yourself, that whether you are highly alert or not, that the mind is heightened alert or not, or whether it's just drifted into thoughts, thinking, planning, drifted into memories in the past. So when it's present, are you truly aware of what is going on? Or are you just doing very superficial type of awareness? So the mindfulness has to be, you have to be alert. You have to be there. You have to be in the present. Then also we check, for example, whether we know that while we are meditating, walking, sitting, when the objects comes in, are you able to notice the object carefully? That is to say, go confronting the object or face to face to the object. Then you notice those things and those objects in that manner, then it will be good. It will arouse that mindfulness. It will keep that mindfulness alive. And when you do, when you're eating, for example, when you're drinking, when you're opening a door, closing a door, or when you're cleaning something, or when you're sweeping, or when you're mopping the floor, is the mind there? You check yourself, is my mind here? Or am I just trying to get the thing finished only and you already anticipate the future? You're already in the future. No? Am I here? Am I doing what I'm doing? So, if you can check yourself again and again, then it helps to build up that habit of mindfulness. It helps to build up that habit of mindfulness, then it will help you to progress in this meditation. I said the basic development, the basic foundation of this vipassana progress is this mindfulness. Yeah? Then also towards the end, I mentioned that the mindfulness has to be, the arousing of the mindfulness has to be what did I say? Huh? You're supposed to remember, not me, you know. You're the one who's doing the practice. It has to be predominant, right? The object has to be clear to you. If the object is vague, the walking is not clear. Usually the walking is much clearer. But the sitting, the problem with the sitting, when the object is not clear, vague, the mind will drift into thinking. The mind will go into restlessness. The mind goes into thinking and overthinking. It will tell you to do everything except meditation. Yeah? Drowsiness, unsettled state of mind, especially if we go through these first few days. So one has to look out or keep searching for something that is prominent. And here the walking meditation will be very useful. It's so much more clearer than the sitting. And the second thing is the daily activities, which is non-sitting and non-walking activities. Simple activities like opening a door, you close a door, get up from your seat, sitting down, brushing your teeth, combing your hair, and so on. You know, every single thing, if you put your attention there, then you arouse mindfulness. You extend that mindfulness beyond this meditation hall, not just only here. Beyond into your rooms, into the toilet, into the dining hall, while you're eating, chewing, munching, swallowing, tasting, cleaning. So all these things can help you to arouse that mindfulness. So you've got to make the effort. Nobody can help you. We can only tell you what to do. Finally it's up to you, right? At the end of 2 weeks, oh Bhante, I did not progress well. Whose fault? My fault. It's your fault. You don't make the effort. It doesn't come in. You come here, let's say you keep on praying to the Buddha, pray, Buddha give me mindfulness, Buddha give me mindfulness. It won't come. It won't come. You have to make that mindfulness there and then. Even the Buddha walk beside you, your mindfulness also won't come if you don't make the effort. You know, you look at that, behind that, there are 2 pieces of wood, there's another corner there. You know what is that for? Yeah. You know what is that for? This one next time I should use if you're not mindful. No, that's where the Zen teacher, if the meditator will meditate and then they sleep, the teacher come and knock on their head. Maybe I should use that. Half of you will be running away. Won't come the next time. But we have to make the effort. Mental effort. Not just physical effort, but the mental effort. Physical is gentle. Physical that you move slowly. You move gently. You open the door gently. You close the door gently. You eat slowly. You walk here and there mindfully, carefully, not too fast, not too slow. That, although in the physical, when people look at you, you are gentle and so on, but the mind, inside the mind, the heart is making the effort to be in the present moment. So you got to make the effort. Now, when we make the effort, the next thing is, which is on this talk, is I want you to make the mindfulness becomes thorough or precise. It's not just only mindfulness only. But that precision of noting, the clarity of noting, it needs that mindfulness. You cannot exert the mind without mindfulness. You cannot make the mind thorough without mindfulness. It will not come in. And while you make that effort to be mindful, again and again, when you notice your objects more thoroughly, precisely, then what will happen is that in the mind, in the heart, or in your objects, it will become much more noticeable. Not only much more noticeable, but also it will prolong that clarity of mind for a longer period of time. Now take a very simple example. Take, for example, that walking meditation of yours. 1-phase walking meditation and the 3-phase walking meditation. Now in the 1-phase walking meditation, let's say you're doing it correctly. You're labeling it right step, left step, right step, left step, and you walk. You're mindful. Your mind is not drifted away. But that time, you are not thorough. That time, you are not precise in your noting. You are mindful only, which is good, better than nothing, yeah? Yeah, which is already good. So you lay a good foundation there. But you cannot stay like that throughout that whole 1 hour. Because if you're going to do like that, then not much progress is going to come in. Yes, there's some degree of mindfulness, but in terms of vipassana progress, then there's nothing much. It's still wholesome, the mind. Not to say it's unwholesome. It's still wholesome. But what we want you, especially when you come into the 3-phase walking meditation, when you really slow down, when you truly pay attention to your lifting, pushing, dropping, and the sensation that comes with it, the lifting process, the movement of that lifting. How is the lifting is like? Is it heavy? Is it light? Is it tense? Sometimes you notice that the leg slowly goes up like that. Then only the heels will go up, then only the toes goes up. So some people, it's the whole leg up in that way. Whichever it is, doesn't matter. It's right. There's no one way of doing it. But what is important, as I said, are you thoroughly mindful of the whole lifting process? That is where the progress of vipassana starts to come in. Then let's say you are in the pushing process. Then can you notice how it glides forward? It goes forward. Is it heavy? Is it light? Is it long? Is it short? Then when you step down, how is it like? Is it warm? Is it cold? Is it hard? Is it soft? Can you feel one toe is different from the other toes? Perhaps maybe the heels is different from the toes. Sensations are all there. They're all there. But the thing is that, are you noticing it? This is how we do vipassana. This is how we begin to notice the objects more precisely, more thoroughly. So you can see the quality of the mind is different. Both are also in the present state, isn't it? Let's say you are not drifting away, The thing is that, the caveat is that you are not drifting away. Your mind is there. But one is just mindful, but one is thoroughly mindful. Yeah? So that is what we want. We want you to bring the mind to be thoroughly mindful. Take, for example, the eating. You're munching, you're swallowing. Tomorrow you try and see. Sometimes over here I must not use the word la too much, This is a Malaysian habit. Yes la, no la. In Malaysia it's totally okay. But here I have to hold back. It's a habit. Anyway, the eating. Now again here, the eating process. In the eating process, again, two yogis can do differently. One yogi can be just munching, biting. He labels or she labels it, swallowing. Then when it comes to the interview, oh Bhante, I notice my biting, swallowing. Very good. What else do you notice? That's all. That's all only. At least you're mindful. Well, not too bad. But the next yogi, when it comes to the eating part, then you're not chewing. There's a hardness in that chewing. There's softness in that chewing. While he chews, he also noticed the taste changes. The taste was, you bite something, say for example chili. Then you bite chili. Then you find that, oh, I notice it. Then the chili become burning and burning and burning and burning and burning. You notice it more carefully. Or for example, other yogis may notice chewing. Then notice that the food is moving around in the mouth area. Like it's sending it from left to right, right to left. And then you can feel that the tongue also is doing all its process. You see? There's so many things there that even in the sitting, in the eating process, you can notice it much more clearer. And that is how we practice vipassana meditation. The thoroughness of noticing. Let's say you eat, I'm not asking, if you're going to eat every spoonful with that thoroughness, you're going to finish by 1 hour, 1 o'clock. Your lunch. Yeah, you're going to finish your lunch by 1 o'clock. Yeah. Hey, there are other places, they specifically do eating meditation. You got to sit there for 1 hour without leaving. Yeah. We over here, we emphasize it also. But the thing is that, let's say you got 20 morsels of food or 20 scoops that you put in your mouth. If you do it half of it, it's good enough actually. The other half, make sure that your mind is not running away. The other half is more like a one-face eating. The more thorough one is like three-face eating. Yeah, you know what I mean? So you don't have to do for everything. But if you want to, it's okay. At the end of the day, you wash your own bowl. Nobody's going to wash for you. Everybody's going to go back already. Yeah. So it's okay. You can this is the time for you to try, and you cannot do that at home. Your family would think that you are crazy. You go for 2 weeks, you come back suddenly. But here right now we are training. So we are training here. So you train to eat more. You munch it, you bite it more mindfully. Or you take up that drink, the water, your beverage. You sip into your mouth. You learn to taste it. You learn to swallow it. You feel the swallowing. You feel the swallowing. The sensation is there. And slowly, the sensation disappears. Take notice of those things. You extend it, like for example, to your, over here, maybe your tumbler, or to when you want to open the door, you want to close the door, then you feel the heat, the warmness, the pressure. Yeah. Do it over here. And throughout these 2 weeks, while we are here, as much as you can, exercise on it. Yeah. A lot of times nowadays, this vipassana meditation, many yogis don't want to do those things anymore. Because very 麻烦. You know what 麻烦? This is Cantonese. Very tedious. So much effort you have to make into it. Why? Sometimes there are teachers, they say that out there, you already got so much suffering already. Why come in here and suffer more? Relax. Ah. And because of that, yogis find that it's nice to hear. It is beautiful to hear. Beautiful sound is coming in. Oh, relax here. Then you think that you are purified in that manner. No. You don't make the effort, there's no purification. Mentally at least. So you got to make that effort. You got to make that effort. You got to try. Now, in order to help you to be mindful, or to be more thoroughly mindful, is to learn to slow down your actions. You make an effort to slow down your actions. For example, like in the eating time, if you really learn to munch, bite, swallow more thoroughly, then when you notice that your actions tends to be more slower, and that time you got to be patient. You don't anticipate to go here or to do something else. Just be there, be more patient, and just keep noting what you're going on. Perhaps you cannot do these things throughout the whole day, but at least throughout the day, make the effort to do something thoroughly. At least make the effort to do something thoroughly, carefully, precisely. What else can we do? Then you try to do these things as best as you can. All the objects you try to do it. Now, in addition, to make it and to enhance it further, to enhance your noticing further, then also it's good that you notice some intention to go with it. Noticing the intentions. Now, intentions here, we introduce it during the walking meditation. When you want to begin to do the walking meditation, you note intention to walk, intention to walk, then only you start walking. And that is good. Because if you do that, you will notice that it will give you that follow through, that mindfulness will follow through into the steps. A lot of times, out there, we don't do all these other things. We don't do this way. We don't realize that the mind is the one that is dictating the whole process. But we don't see it. All we see is that I am doing it. And that I am is something that the mind constructed and to make it so real, which is not there at all. Everything behind the I am is all the mind that is constructing the whole thing. And the mind is real. So it will be good that during in the walking, you notice the intention of noticing the intention to walk, then right step, left step, or intention to walk, then lifting, pushing, dropping as you start. This intention, also you can extend it to all other daily activities also. You want to open the door. Again here, you notice it, intention to open. Then only you stretch out your hand mindfully. When you do that, you will notice that your body also and your actions also will start to slow down. When it slows down, you can able to feel it. Hot, soft, warm, cold, pressure, become very helpful. It keeps your mind there. You can notice the intention. For example, you want to get up from the cushion, or you want to sit down onto the cushion. So before you want to sit down, take notice of the intention. Intention to sit, intention to sit. Then only you see that your body and your mind goes together as the process of sitting down, going down, and you adjust and everything. Yeah? So before you sit down and start your rising, falling, you already start noting everything. So that is helpful because it helps you to connect from all the walking meditation, and you mindfully walk to your place. Then you get ready to sit down, you notice the intention, sit down, and then adjust mindfully, put your attention to the rising, falling. So you connect the whole mindfulness, the thoroughness that you develop from that walking, you slowly bring it into the sitting. Yeah? But a lot of you finish walking meditation, you all go to the toilet. And then you forgot to be mindful, you flush the mindfulness away. Then you come back here. How come all gone? All the mindfulness gone. Yeah. If you can, usually the trick is during the walking, and when you go to the sitting, during in between, try not to go to the toilet yet. If you can hold for 2 hours. Then after the sitting, then only you go to the loo, go to the toilet there. And then go there, do your business, and then you mindfully walk back. You start here, do the walking. Oh, no. Your walking there is already, you start your one phase already, you know. There's no such thing as only you come back here, you start. You go there, you use a one phase, like right step, left step, you go there, you gently go there and do your business. By the time you come back, maybe 15 minutes already. So you just walk here for another 5 minutes, okay, you can go in the second phase already. Isn't it? Yeah. So, then it helps. It really helps in the sense that the connection part here, the continuity part here is really helpful in terms that as in the beginning of the first few days, it helps the sitting becomes more clearer. It helps the sitting becomes clearer, becomes more, at least there are some minutes that it's clear. If not, some of us sitting 1 hour there, we do not know what we are doing. We do not know what is going on. The mind is blurred, the mind is dark, the mind is thinking. So all these things helps. All these small things that you do, it really helps. Then you will see, day after day or sitting after sitting, the clarity of the mind during the sitting becomes prolonged. When it prolongs, in future, you'll find that it can able to sustain for 1 hour. Clearly, precisely, with concentrated, not much of a distraction coming in. And it can be done. So notice the intention. So notice the intention as you want to. Sometimes, for example, like you want to from walking, or from standing to walking. You notice the intention. That'll be good. Once in a while, like walking to standing. Like you are walking, you reach to the end of your path. Then you want to stand. And then sometimes you can notice 1 or 2 or 3 steps before it, the thoughts arises. And the thought arises that the mind is going to stop there. Then, after 1 or 2 steps, then it comes to a stop. if you can notice it. Or once in a while, you notice that your body is start to turn. Intention to turn, intention to turn. Then only you mindfully turn and then face your path again. It'll be good. Normally when we do this, noticing the intention, which especially when the body is changing from one posture to another posture. In the Buddhism, we have these 4 postures. The posture of sitting, walking, standing and lying down. Lying down, not sleeping, lying down. Lying down with alertness. That is important to define it. But we don't practice lying down for you all, I cannot trust you all. Straight away in our dreamland. So no. But we do practice when you are more advanced. But generally we don't do that also, unless it is important. For example, there will be times that you'll be sick. In the practice that you cannot able to meditate, you cannot even sit or walk, then you need to lie down. Then what do? You'll be mindful at that time. Even you are sick, bodily sick, but there will be certain times your mind could be alert, then be mindful. If your mind cannot be alert, then lie down there and rest. When the mind gets alert again, but you still don't have the strength to sit, then be mindful of the whole body. Sometimes you can notice the rising and falling too. That is how we train. Last time when we were training in Myanmar, sometimes you got the stomach ache, eating all kinds of food. When you go to these type of places, sometimes you cannot take their food. Then whole week, it's like you're just like a zombie. I mean, you're already zombie walking so slow, But this one is even worse. Even you want to walk also is so difficult because purging and the diarrhea and so on. But then we don't give up on the meditation. We cannot go to the hall. We are inside our room, inside the quarters. We lie down there and we keep noting sensation of the leg, difficult, then sleep. Because it's so difficult. Then when you wake up again, go to the toilet, sit down there. While sitting down, also be mindful while purging. That's how we train. Over here, you're life is too pleasant already. I send all of you to boot camp. This is not boot camp enough. This is luxurious. This is all luxury here. Hall so nice, clean. Over there, sometimes dusty cobwebs. Warm. During March or April, when you meditate that time, you'll be sweating. You'll be sweating and sweat until you cannot sweat. Then you start meditating. Your whole shirt is all, or your everything, in my robes is all wet. And then wet until there's no more sweat. Then you start meditating. And yet you still can meditate. And here you are, summer so hot. Here we got air conditioning and yet so hot. Bhante, don't come in the summer so hot. Anyway, yeah. Now what is important here, you make the effort. You make the effort to notice the intention. The intention to walk, intention to what you want to sit, intention you want to get up, and follow through, to be thorough as the process is going on. Take notice of its movement. Take notice of that thoroughness and what is going on. That will be very helpful to you. Now another thing is to help you to be mindful is this. In the beginning part in our practice, especially as we are beginners, or beginners have to define it also. Beginners means you have not done this method of meditation before. Perhaps you have done other form of meditation, but you have not done this meditation. Then you are beginner. Beginners also included that you could have done a number of this meditation, but you are not going anywhere. Neither here nor there. Practice and neither here nor there. And that also beginner. Some people maybe comes to a retreat. Within like 2 weeks or 3 weeks, they pick up a lot of things. By the next retreat or the third retreat, they are pro. There are people like that too, Not many, but there are. So, beginners is where some of our habits, we need to check them. We need to check them in the sense that a lot of times you want to get out from this meditation when it is boring. When it's boring, when it's so monotonous, walking, sitting. Tomorrow, what else do you want to do? Walk, sit. Tomorrow again? Walk, sit. Day after day is that, and becomes so monotonous. You felt that you want to go back to your room to do something. And that also you got to be careful. That is your defilement talking. In the training, in the Vipassana training here, we use the word suitable. Whether your actions is suitable or not. Say for example, you walk here, you walk, and then you are drowsy. You are drowsy. It so happened that all the bench are all flat there. It looks so tempting, Then you find that, if I could lie down there just for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, I'll be good. Then the American culture is that they don't care, don't bother, they just go lie down there. Do whatever they want to do, Then they do. This is you're not supposed to do. You cannot let your temptation, your little devil, Last time we got Tom and Jerry, There's a there's a saint and then there's a devil there. And then this Tom do not know should listen to the saint, listen to the devil. There's all this cartoon, and you also have. Now, which one is louder only, So while you are walking, I tell you, hey, go and rest for a while. So boring already. What is there to know? What is there? The floor is always the same. You go and walk up and down. They will tempt you. They will tell you, just don't walk. And if you give it to your habit, while you're walking, let's say 2:30 walking, you felt that you're a bit sleepy, might as well go back to the room. Then you go back, then you walk back to the room, and you lie down there. But you cannot sleep, you're so alert. It's all temptation. So, what you should do here, especially for beginners, you need to hold back that temptation. You got to hold back, you got to check yourself. Is it suitable for me to do that or not? You got to check. Is it suitable for me to do that? Then it's not suitable, stop it, carry on your meditation. Perhaps you will need to talk to somebody. Then you check yourself, you ask yourself, is it necessary for me to talk? Sometimes because out of boredom, you got nothing to do. You cannot meditate. You want to go and look for the staff or the volunteer to talk. Somebody to talk, just to let it go on them. Pour out all your heart and all your feelings to them. You feel good and then you... No. That also you got to check. But then there are times it is necessary. Perhaps you need something. So you tell yourself, is it necessary? Yes, necessary. So you go and talk to them, get what you need or do what you need. And then just enough for you to communicate all your message, whatever you want, then you should stop there. Then continue with your meditation. That is something that we have to look in. That you have to look into. Even sometimes, that walking meditation of yours, you walk, and then you get bored. You feel like you want to go to the toilet, even you've got nothing much inside there. You just want to get out of this hall. You just want to get out from that meditation. That also you got to check yourself. If it's a truly you need, then by all means you go. But there's no need. You got to check yourself. Usually in the beginning of the meditation, walking, for example, you do whatever that you need to do. You go to the toilet, you take a drink, or so. Then, after that, when you do the walking meditation, you have to consider the walking meditation as if like a sitting meditation. You sit there and you don't move anymore. You don't go toilet somewhere unless truly needed. Here, the walking meditation also you have to consider it the same. That when you do the walking meditation, you only do the walking meditation. No halfway you go for a drink, halfway you go toilet, halfway you go talk to somebody, halfway you go mop the floor. clean this, clean that. There are people like that. You go into long enough into places of vipassana retreat. This is what happened. When they get bored in their meditation, they find something to do and not walking. So, take notice. Then there are also actions which can be wholesome to you. But during in the retreat, you have to take note whether that wholesome actions are necessary or not. Take note, for example, the cleaning up. Let's say you exert a lot of effort into do a lot of cleaning up. You wash this, you wash that. By the time you finish, you are all depleted of energy. Then you want to go to meditate. Your mind is going to be your body is tired, your mind is going to be sleepy. Like for example here, you have a big hall. Do you all mop over here? You all mop over here. If let's say 2-person mop, it's going to be a big deal, actually. Now let's say, if we're going to use this place every day, you're wearing socks anyway, You walk long enough with the socks at the floor so it's clean. Right or not? You walk long enough here. Your walking path, your path there is definitely clean. because you're cleaning it with your socks. So you don't have to clean it until it becomes so shiny. Yeah? Do what is necessary only. Yeah? At the end of the retreat, we can all clean up. Don't worry. Yeah? After all, we are not bringing a lot of dust into it. Yeah? So if it's not thoroughly clean, it's okay. But more importantly, it's your mind, it's your heart that is clean. So, do what is necessary, but don't overexert it. Wholesome, these are wholesome practice. You are giving service to the temple or to the monastery. But because you are a yogi, you have to prioritize your meditation. Don't exert too much on all other things. The next thing is, for example, another one is the chanting, for example. Some people like the chanting, and it's wholesome. I'm not saying it's unwholesome. But they go to chanting and they chant for 1 hour. Until you come back here, your mind is still keep on going. And you sit down, your mind is in. You cannot calm down. The mind cannot calm down. So you got to put even the chanting aside. As much as you can. Maybe, for example, if you just want to do for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, then it's not a problem. No problem. But then, when you want to do the chanting, make sure you don't disturb other yogis. Just because you're coming here and you look at the Buddha, and then you want to sadhana, and then you disturb everyone. If you want to do it quietly. Some people out of this meditation, I've seen also in the past, this meditation, when they practice, they put in the effort, then they progress. When they progress, their mind is getting more clearer. They are having that excessive joy arises. That kind of like pure joy that comes with the practice, which is good. I'm not saying it's not good, but it becomes uncontrollable. And some of them, like, for example, because of that joy of that practice, then they begin to look for flowers, and maybe they go to the field, some blue bonnets or whatever, then they put in a tray, then they offer to the Buddha, They do all kinds of things except meditation. Although it comes from meditation, although it develops from meditation, they progress from meditation, but they forget to notice their joy. They forget to notice that they are going into more and more things, which is not meditating. In other times, when you are not meditating, you want to offer flowers to the Buddha. You want to offer water in front there. It's commendable. It's wonderful. It's praiseworthy. But when you are meditating, don't make that thing becomes a priority. If you don't do it, it's perfectly okay. Or some people, sometimes even the minor ones, even more smaller ones. For example, some people like meditating. Every time before they do sitting meditation, they pay respect also. 3 times. Then you ask yourself, is it necessary? Why don't you pay respect before you do your walking meditation? Some people pay respect before sitting meditation, and then after finish, they also pay respect after sitting meditation. But if you want to go slow in that paying respect, then it's going to take you 5 minutes slowly. Going down. Then they try to notice. Not to say it's no good. It's still good. But is it necessary for you to do? To me, For me, it's not necessary. For me, but for you, perhaps it can be. It might be necessary because it gives you the faith. It gives you something. But what I'm trying to say is that try to keep it minimal. Don't overdo it. You overdo it, you're going to disturb. Again, all these small things are going to disturb your practice. That mindfulness, that meditation is the highest that you can go. Because it's going to directly lead you into enlightenment. It's up to you, but you got to check yourself. Is it necessary or not? Sooner or later, when you're able to progress, you'll find that this may not be necessary anymore. Because you know that which one is better, which one is more priority. It gives you that priority. What I'm talking here is during a retreat time. That you stay here for 2 weeks. But when you're out there again, you want to pay respect before you're sitting, perfectly okay. You want to, after the sitting, you want to pay respect, perfectly okay. But it's only during the retreat you have to ask yourself, is it necessary? So you got to check yourself. A lot of things which is wholesome may not be necessary for the vipassana practice. So you got to check for yourself. You got to check until you stream down everything into just walking and sitting on it. That it gives you all that confidence. Not the chanting, not the offering of flowers, not the offering of this, not the service and everything. It's just only truly the walking, the sitting that give you the faith, the strong faith to go on into this practice. But for beginners, sometimes we need other things to support it. I'm not pushing it all away, but I'm saying that you have to check for yourself. So this is what we call suitable in our actions. So you have to check. Because if you check again and again in the future, then that type of mind will begin to lose its momentum. Things that is going to divert you out from it is going to lose its momentum. In other words, you're walking. There's no such thing as going to the bed to sleep, going to the room to sleep. It's going to be very rare or not at all. You get monotonous in the walking, you don't start thinking of whether should I do something else or not, other than just walking. That thought doesn't come in, or very rarely it comes in. Even if it comes in, the mind already notice it. There you are. And then it already stopped. You see? It's a changing of a lot of mental habits. But in the beginning part, it is difficult to go through. But you've got to make the effort. So while you are here, just keep to that walking, sitting, walking, sitting, walking, sitting, walking, sitting. By 4:45 or by 4:30, you wake up, you come here, then you walk, sit, go to the dining hall, having a breakfast, go back to your room after that. But after that, you come back again, walk, sit. Then you go to this one. By 1 o'clock again, after lunch, and then you come back again, walk, sit, until 10 o'clock at night, or 9:30 at night. That's how we do. So, in that way, in the long term, when it comes into one retreat after another retreat, you find that desire, that temptation begin to lessen and lessen. And one of these days, it is going to be very rare. So it can be done. Those practice can be done. So, for tonight, I'm saying is this. when you do your practice, you got to be thorough. You practice, you notice your thoroughness and so on. At the same time, you watch. You be careful of your actions. Then it means you have to protect that thoroughness of doing something. There'll be temptation coming in to tell you to do other things. When it comes in, you check for yourself, is it suitable for me to do those things? If it's not suitable, then back again to the meditation, unless it's necessary. When you're doing this in the nature of its thoroughness, carefully noticing what is going on, at the same time we notice the intention also. The beginning process of that eating, beginning process of that walking, sitting down, getting up, you notice the intention. This intention will help you to follow through your actions. Then it helps the mindfulness. It helps to prolong that mindfulness, to sustain that mindfulness, to deepen that mindfulness. So we stop here for tonight, and we will continue some of it tomorrow. Okay? All right. Sadhu.